It is extremely cold and windy outside today. We live in Michigan, and right now is the coldest it's been all year. So this is the coldest time of year, and it's just super cold out, but that's not gonna stop us from enjoying our time and going camping. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a little camp out today, and I thought it'd be fun to set up the tent, bring the kids out, and just, you know, enjoy the weekend. So yeah, let's go get the tent set up and see if we can brave this cold Michigan winter. So we're outside, inside in our Getaway, and we're gonna set up camp right here. Perfect spot, some level green grass. You wanna help us set up camp, Phil?
Yeah.
They're from last time.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool in here.
Hey,
I
Dada,
like it.
this was a long time ago, Dada.
Yeah, it was a long time since we used the tent, and there's some old bugs in there.
But that bug is in here.
We got the tent set up. That wasn't too bad. But wow, it's so much bigger than I remembered. Maybe it looks smaller outside than inside, but pretty cool.
Yep.
This is the first time I think we've set it up since living here.
Yeah.
So the tent is cleaned out and looking awesome. The benefit of camping out here is definitely no mosquitoes. We can leave the door open and not worry about everything getting in your tent.
And no worries about rain, so we can leave the top off.
Our little screen house. So I guess we're just gonna hang out, settle in, and have some fun today.
And here,
Yeah. So this is our little winter getaway room. In fact, it's pretty much an all-year getaway, just a fun space that we can use, an outdoor living space. This used to be just a small storage room off our pole barn garage. This place was just full of junk and renovation debris.
And extremely dirty.
Yeah, disgusting. We're like talking dead mice and dust and everything. It was nasty in here. But we knew we didn't want to just waste this valuable space. And we didn't really need storage space. We don't need to store a lot of things.
No. We have the rest of the garage and the wooden barn.
So we said, what can we use this for? We had some different ideas, but we decided let's just make a space that the whole family can enjoy. And that's what we did. So we cleaned out the space. Got rid of all the scraps, junk, drywall, everything. Just cleaned it.
Spider webs. Yeah.
Swept, vacuumed, got it clean. Then we had to kind of tackle it one step at a time. Pulled off the metal siding. Now we started this room when it was getting cold out, so it was actually pretty hard to work out here, but we were determined to keep pushing through. Some of the things were kind of tough, like getting that metal off this back wall where we have siding now. It was all just barn metal, and we had to get that off to put the insulation up. And that was kind of a pain. Fixing the roof was a pain. Wasn't too hard, just slow and hard working above your head, but we got that done. Insulated the whole room with a shell of foam board insulation. That took a few days.
Yep.
We got 1.5 inches on the roof, 2 inches on the walls. Well, a mix on the walls here and there. And it's not a super thick insulation. We don't have a super big R value in here, but it holds the heat well, and we just keep the heat low when we're not in here. Right now the room is 82 degrees. We usually have it between 80 and 90 when we're in here. It's so easy to heat. We had this really cool sliding patio door that was in this room when we bought the property. It was gross, filthy, nasty.
It looked like junk, honestly.
But instead of throwing it in a dumpster, we decided to salvage it, and I got really inspired to use it in this room, so we did. And we created this really awesome window to the outside, so we can kind of feel like we're, part of the outdoors. Now, that was a little tricky to install because the floor is so unlevel. Our floor is super sloped.
Which we don't really mind. We just have to work with it.
Yeah, it just made it a little hard to frame. I figured that out and framed up the opening, put the door in. We're so happy we saved this door. It is such an awesome feature through this room. And right now it's just letting tons of light in, especially with the snow out there. We're probably just washed out right now because of the brightness coming in.
And something we wanted to do with this room is use up materials we already had laying around for the most part.
Yeah, definitely salvaging a lot of stuff, making use of it.
So like around the sliding door we used old paneling that was actually from our mobile home.
Before we get too far ahead, though, we should finish talking about the roof. After we got the insulation up, we painted our trusses black.
Oh yeah.
And that was black paint, like Ashley said, using salvage materials. That was black paint we had in the house from another project, so that was a good use of material. The ceiling was really tough because I was going to put plywood up there, but I was picturing having to hold these giant sheets of plywood up and screwing them in place. And it sounded difficult. I wanted to find an easier way. I got this idea of using this Reflectix insulation, which is basically a foil covered bubble wrap. That was super easy to put up. It went up so quickly, so nicely, and it looks really cool to me.
I like it. It's awesome.
To put that up, all I did was screw furring strips to the ceiling every 2 feet and stapled it up there, a 4-foot wide roll. I mean, it was such a win over plywood. I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah.
After the ceiling was done, time to work on the walls, and we worked on this siding wall first.
So the white lap siding is actually leftover siding from when we did our mobile home. So we were able to do 2 whole walls in here of that.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome.
With leftover, we still got a bundle out there. It's crazy how much extra we bought accidentally.
And that was good using that up because we had no other use for it.
And that really added to this outside-in theme because it looks like the outside of a house with the siding on it. And let's talk about this wall while we're looking at it. Ashley's Fiji door, that was a used door we picked up for $40 at somebody's house. And
yeah, it was gray, and I painted it that, which was leftover paint we had laying around.
All the trim work you see on the corner trim around the door, that's just 2x lumber. Just this cheap lumber we had sitting around in the barn. When you paint stuff black, it looks good. It just makes it fancy. The rest of the walls, we didn't have enough lap siding, so we said, let's just put some plywood up. After looking around at the different plywoods, we decided on this 1/4 inch thin underlayment. It looks beautiful. It's just such a smooth finish and a beautiful grain. And even though it's not the thickest plywood, It
works for the wall.
It works perfect.
Yeah.
And it was inexpensive and easy to put up. Finished the windows out with some more trim from our home renovation. Just old 70s mobile home trim. Again, you paint it black. If you paint it black,
It looks good.
it's good as new. And that was like the last of our black paint. Well, almost the last. We used the last of it on our tree designs. That was a fun project.
Yeah.
So our daughter and I decided to make some trees for this outside living space. That was a really cool project. We'll link the video below to that. And basically we took some leftover pieces of this panel plywood and cut out these awesome branches and leaves and painted them and stained them. And one of my favorite features.
Yeah.
Ashley added some art of her own though with her string art.
Yep, I did that about 6 years ago. That was a kit that I found on eBay, and I did it.
Now, we also hung the TV in here. We have a 65-inch TV, and that, let's call that a salvage too.
Yeah.
Because we took it out of our living room. We bought this TV for our living room, but it was just too big. And,
yeah, it
and
never felt right in the living room.
It was a little awkward for the space.
Yeah.
We really wanted to downsize, and I saw the TV we wanted, the 55-inch, on sale, really good price. I decided to just go ahead and grab it so we had a more comfortable television for our living room. And I pulled this one out here. It is awesome having this out here so that we can hang out, watch a movie together in our outdoor space. And next to it, you'll see a cabinet. We hung that cabinet to hold the DVD player. That's a leftover cabinet from our home renovation also, because we had a mix up with our cabinet orders and we just ended up with extra cabinets. So
Yep.
Through
That's some DVDs and a DVD player and remotes and whatever.
yeah. Now we have to be careful about furniture in here because the floor is so uneven that if you put a TV stand in here, your TV would be literally at an angle. So wall mounting everything is the perfect option. Before we talk about the lights, we got to talk about the power. So we did run power out to this room. It had power before, but it was really messy and scary, and wires just kind of sticking out everywhere.
So we just ripped all that out.
We had to start over. And we ran a new conduit run from the breaker box out here. And we have 3 circuits. We have the heater, which you guys see hanging up here. That's just a little garage heater. And again, it works awesome. Heats up the space so fast. And we've never put it on high. It would probably be over 100 degrees in here.
Yeah.
We got a circuit for that. That's running on the 220 or 240. We have outlets around the room and light circuit. We wanted something special for the lights. Well, the fan, not so special. We did put a ceiling fan in here to help circulate the air around that cathedral ceiling. But talk about the string lights.
So since our trusses are painted black, we went online and we looked for string lights with black wire. And that's what we did. We bought 4 strands of that, wrapped it around the trusses, and it just looks awesome.
Outlets are pretty basic, but I did run it all in conduit just to keep everything safe and clean. And something that you might not notice is that you can't see the conduit where it comes down on the walls because I wrapped it with black duct tape. It really blends into that black trim and the black posts. And even though all the electrical is wall mounted, surface mounted, you don't really notice it. And that was kind of cool that we blended it away.
And even on this one, on the white, that's wrapped in white duct tape.
Yep. Ashley made these little house numbers to put above the door. They have a little special hidden meaning to her. And we just thought it'd be fun to put house numbers above the door to give it that outside feel.
Yep. I cut those out with a jigsaw.
So I think we pretty much covered everything in the room except for the floor. That was the last thing we did.
Yep.
We needed a floor that could go on concrete, not worry about mold or problems or anything on a weird thing.
And we needed something that would work with an uneven surface.
Yep. I mean, really, I just went straight to artificial grass.
Yeah.
I just felt it.
I think for years you've been wanting to use it on something.
Yeah. At our previous house, we actually bought it and put it in our chicken nesting boxes. Just something cool about artificial grass. I want to use it somewhere. So finally got to buy a big roll of it, 18 by 15 feet, and it was so easy to install.
Yeah.
And it really feels nice. It's grassy.
Yep.
And it makes the space so cool. It just adds such a
I love
flavor.
walking in here with socks.
Yeah, the room is finally clean, so no more shoes.
And I want to point out that this room is mouse proof, so you don't have to worry about mice getting in here.
We made sure we sealed up every gap as carefully as we could so that the mice couldn't get behind the insulation or into the space.
Yeah.
And then you guys saw us set up our lawn chairs, set up the tent. This is just temporary. We're having a camp out and making use of the space. And this is really why we built it. This is why we created this, was just to have fun and get out of the house during the winter, especially.
Yeah.
So that's the complete recap of our garage to Getaway conversion. Such a fun project. We have renovated our entire home. We've done it multiple times, actually. And this is probably the funnest project we've done.
Yeah.
Because
it has like no theme, and we could just have fun with it and just
do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So really cool, and I hope it inspires you guys. If you have a space that you're not using, you have an old barn or something, have fun with it. You don't always have to, you know, keep it just empty storage space.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when you just work on it a little at a time, what you can do on a fairly low budget. It didn't cost us too much overall. The insulation, the plywood, the floor. The floor is the most expensive part of the room. We should probably try to do a total cost. That would be fun to see what this room cost us.
Yeah, we can try to figure that out.
But yeah, so we thought this would just be a perfect time to go over that little recap, showing you guys our full conversion. Like I said, hopefully it inspires you. We'll take you guys along for the rest of the day as we enjoy our new outdoor getaway. So as you guys can see, it's dark out, it's late. We haven't been out here all day though. We went in, had lunch, hung out.
Watched a movie inside.
Yeah, but we're back out here to enjoy the time a little more. And, you know, I don't know if we're going to sleep. We're debating if we're going to camp overnight. We probably
not tonight, but we'd like to at one point.
We'll decide. But it is late, and we think it's the perfect time to start a campfire. Can't have a camp out without a campfire, right?
How should we do that in here?
We'll just light up the fire. I'll show you. Okay, ready?
Wow.
What do you think of that?
I like it.
So you're not going to be able to see us good. The lighting in here is really low. We got just the twinkle lights on. And we got our fire going, as you guys can see. Isn't that cool? Campfire, tent, lawn chairs, outside.
Yep.
And it is cold out. Let me see the temperature. It says 18 degrees in the barn. It's actually rather colder outside, but that's pretty close.
Big nug you put in the
That's a huge one.
What else do we need in this campsite?
Hot dogs?
No.
I'm kidding.
You could at least have marshmallows. A little more realistic.
I don't like marshmallows.
Okay guys, well, we're gonna hang out, maybe watch another show, sit in front of the fire, and just have a little fun. We really appreciate you guys joining us today while we camped out in Michigan during the middle of the coldest time of year. With our awesome little getaway. This was a fun project, and we were just happy to share it with you guys and be done with it. We're done, so
Yeah.
cool. Again, thanks for coming along. We'll have another video soon, so until next time, take care.
Bye.